Dr. Hannah Lally.
Hi.
Welcome to CrossFit Sanitas.
Thank you.
It's great to have you here.
Thank you.
Let's start. You are a PT, but you do a lot of kind of training as part of that, which I found really interesting when we met, and it was part of the appeal. So maybe start with telling us a little about your philosophy as a PT and how you work, because in my experience, PTs are so different from one another. I don't even really know what the term means sometimes.
Yeah, that's a great question. Eric, my foundation has been in strength and conditioning coaching. So I spent 10 years as a strength and conditioning coach, and then I went back to school to be a physical therapist. So my philosophy behind PT is really that you don't need to be injured to use PT. PT is good for enhancing performance. PT is good for building resiliency. PT is good for being confident in your body. So all of those things kind of come together, and sometimes it's treating people with injury, and sometimes it's just helping somebody like nail a lift.
And if we think about movement patterns, this wouldn't be me because mine are all perfect, but we think about dysfunctional or maladaptive movement patterns. What do you see the most in people who are 30s, 40s, 50s, and let's just take the Sanitas group, are generally quite athletic, but have a little bit of mileage on their bodies and all that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think as a culture, we're all sitting too much. So a lot of the movement patterns that we're trying to retrain in the gym or that are showing up maladaptive in the gym have to do with sitting too much. So for example, I'll just show you, right? If I'm sitting too much, so my hip flexors are tight, if I go to do hip extension, which is all athletic sports, right? All sports are hip extension, and I'm too tight in the front, I'm going to be compressing my lumbar spine or finding other ways to get into that position that aren't actually using my hips, using my glutes. So that's one example. Tech neck is another. And we're trying to snatch overhead and we don't have shoulder mobility or thoracic spine mobility. So basically just trying to correct what we're doing for 8 hours a day.
And so I want to take you back now to your kind of roots you're kind of, I think you've been really athletic your whole life, right? You look like you have. And what were your kind of focuses as an athlete?
Yeah, I played competitive soccer growing up, ski raced growing up.
Like a good New England girl?
Like a good New Englander, yep, sure did. I know how to shred some ice. And then in college and after college I got into distance running, so I've run ultras, and more recently I've fallen in love with biking. So yeah, every weekend I'm out there doing bike stuff. And
you were also I think briefly a CrossFit coach, and then for a long time a strength coach, which I guess in some ways you're still a strength coach, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
And what made you make the move to PT then?
Yeah,
because is that a 4-year degree or?
Yeah, it's a doctorate. It's typically 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah. It was from working with athletes who got injured, right? So I would be working with athletes who are, on my, doing personal training with them, and then they would get injured and I would be sidelined. And, it's like when you're injured, it's a vulnerable time, and I wanted to just help people more during that time. And I didn't want to be sidelined, so I wanted the skill set to be able to help people through injury and all the way to the podium. And now my job is amazing because I get to do that. I get to help athletes who are just out of surgery and all the way to performance, and it's the best job.
What I love about my job at CrossFit Sanitas is I love introducing people to CrossFit and bringing people back to CrossFit. So you were a member.
Ooh, yeah, that's true.
You were a member until when?
Until 2017.
2017,
yeah.
And now you're back.
Now I'm back.
So
Me and Dwight.
Are we going to see? Yeah, you and Dwight both.
Yeah.
Are we going to see you? We're going to see you working out in the gym.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Are you going to be? What's going to be the hardest movements for you to come back to, or the hardest part of it, I guess?
The pull-up.
Okay.
The pull-up is my nemesis, but I'll take anyone down on burpees.
Did you see what our monthly challenge is this month?
Yes, I sure did.
I kind of abstained from that one.
Yeah.
I think people are already in the thousands. Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Well, and so people would book you online, right?
Yep.
Through your website?
Yep, drhannalally.com.
And Lally's Lally, not Lily.
Yep.
Lally.
Yep.
And we're going to have your cards up front.
Cards up front.
The coaches will know how to get a hold of you too. What we should do, Hannah was just telling me how much she sucks at marketing. And we should also, like, maybe we'll put your website address on the whiteboard for a while too,
Yeah.
just so people see it and all that.
Yeah.
But you guys will see Hannah around the gym too,
Yes.
and say hi to her and welcome her to the community.
And don't laugh at my pull-ups. I'm working on it.
And when are you starting practice? I think I think we're going to press with this tomorrow if timing works. But
Okay. Yeah. May 27.
Okay.
May 27.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.